Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back in another video. I hope everyone's well wherever you are. Please check out part 1 and 2 if you haven't already done so, and I hope you enjoyed this video, especially people from Ireland itself, or supporters of Ireland. And as ever, I want to share my ideas, which I hope will benefit, as the title suggests, people from across Ireland. So I'm already out of breath because I've gone down to the kitchen and come back to get my usual cup of tea. But anyway, I think I'll let this go a bit cold. But anywho, so I hope you checked out part 1 and 2. If you haven't already done so, please check them out, and I hope you'll enjoy this. And please give me some likes and shares. I really appreciate it. And yeah, as ever, please let me know what you think in the comment section below, either negative, positive, or anywhere in between. And what were your least and most favourite points that I raised? And again, any comments that you want to comment. So here goes. So number 21. I hope that people around the world will learn about Irish culture, history, traditions, and customs and things that they do in Ireland or have done in Ireland historically, and possibly how things have changed. And yeah, just facts about Ireland, and also some of the history about how it was colonised by the UK and what the Irish people went through. Maybe even do tours of Ireland in the future if that's possible, if lockdown restrictions or ever got rid of, or ever come to an end, which hopefully they will, ASAP preferably, and maybe like visit some of the things, like they have these tours of the prisons where prisoners were kept who defied the British rules and things like that. Yeah, I'd love for people to find out things about that and hopefully support Ireland as much as possible. Number 22, if I did manage to fundraise for Ireland or support them, I would love to support the most diverse areas. The reason why is, as a mixed race person myself, I know that there's sort in every country, I'm sure you get this, but there are some people who are very left wing, some people who are very right wing. I'm somewhere more sort of centre right or centre left, kind of, or depending on the issue. But some people are very set in their ways or their opinions. So I'm not a big fan of socialism or communism, but as a person of colour, obviously I don't like white supremacy or neo-nationalism or the far right or whatever. What I would class, what I would personally class as the far right. And for that reason, I would prefer to support areas where there's a lot of diversity, which is hopefully going to be, I would hope, let's say, a lot less racist, let's say, than some of the other areas. So hopefully it'll be people who are anti-racist or pro treating each other well, basically, and not treating people badly because of their background or whatever, which I'm sure happens in some parts of Ireland, unfortunately, as it does elsewhere in the world. So yeah, anti-racist groups, also pro-diversity groups, I'd love to support those, as much as possible. Another thing, I think it'd be great for mixed race people to support Ireland, because they have, well, I don't know if they still have an Irish leader, but they certainly had and possibly still have an Irish leader as their president. Of course, being a republic, has a presidency, and he is a similar mix to me, like not quite Anglo-Indian, but he's Irish-Indian, and I think especially Anglo-Indians and other similar Eurasians and other mixed people with other mixtures, I think it would be good to like show we support each other. So yeah, when Obama was in power in America, I wanted to support America because I wanted, like, symbolically to show mixed race people support each other. I know it's a bit of a bias on me, but yeah, so hopefully that makes sense. Number 23, I'd love to fundraise as much as possible for Ireland, and especially, as I say, for people with dyslexia in Ireland, also people from disadvantaged backgrounds, people who have physical, mental, or learning disabilities generally, people with A.D.H.D, dyslexia, and that sort of thing, entrepreneurs, people with talent but who need support, also possibly STEM and software developers and that sort of thing, and also the most poor areas and tackling homelessness in Ireland. And just generally supporting their projects as much as possible, hopefully helping the economy to grow so they can create employment, help people to get off the streets. I know I said I want to support more diverse areas, but also poorer areas as well. So I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, much fundraising as possible, I would say, especially for more diverse areas, people with disabilities, people who are homeless, people who are poor, people who have problems, and that sort of thing, and anti-racist groups, anti-fascist groups, anti-imperialist groups, perhaps even and that sort of thing. As I say, or entrepreneurs who can create businesses and therefore create jobs, inventors, and those other groups I talked about before. So hopefully supporting the economy as much as possible, basically, through fundraising, things like that, supporting, as I say, job creators, businesses, growth, looking at ways they can create tax exemptions and bring big companies in, as they have done in the past recently, and I'm sure they continue to do so, and hopefully helping them to get through the coronavirus problems as many countries are facing. Number 24, again, I'd love to see Ireland be as united as possible, people of different backgrounds, and unite the country as much as possible, and maybe if they do well financially. This is a bit of a controversial one, I'm not sure if I say this one, as I often say, like, probably none of those things I shouldn't have said, but maybe they could be united Ireland one day, I don't know, but maybe I shouldn't get into that area, as I say, but yeah, I'd love to support Ireland as much as possible. Number 25, especially as it's a republic, and I'd love to see Ireland network with other republics, like Italy through football, France through football and politics, and all other republics around the world, to see how they can network together, maybe even America, Canada, no, sorry, not Canada, America, China, India, Mexico, and all the other republics. I believe Mexico is a republic. But yeah, so other republics around the world networking together with Ireland as much as possible, and like strengthening relations with India and places like that, which have a historical link due to the occupation, the former occupation by the British. There was a historical link where the Irish and the Indians supported each other, and of course, as I said before, the president of Ireland is half Indian himself, or the former president. I'm not sure, as I say, if he's still the guy in charge, or the guy who's the leader at the moment. But yeah, so hopefully expanding on those links again with republics around the world, strengthening those ties, and maybe even hosting events either online or maybe even physically in the future between different republics around the world, as I say, Italy, France, and other countries around the world, such as India, and even countries with a tricolor, as I say, and things like that. Number 26, again, I think it'd be great to help Ireland because it was colonised. As an anti-imperialist, I would love to reparate them as much as possible and hopefully support them as much as I can. Number 27, I think it'd be great to have a list of the heroes of Ireland, or the companies, maybe even make like companies that invest in Ireland into heroes, and talk about the people who have supported Ireland the most historically, the countries and individuals, heroes who have helped Ireland. Maybe Ireland could have like its own list of top contributors, Ireland's Hall of Fame or Walk of Fame even, and that sort of thing. So it could, as I say, honour those who have helped Ireland and benefit the Republic of Ireland as much as possible. But again, companies like Google, which have invested in Ireland, create jobs, Irish entrepreneurs, Irish inventors, poets, and people from outside of Ireland who have put in some investment into Ireland and that sort of thing. Number 28, again, due to the fact it was colonised, I think it would be great to turn some of those negative things and things Ireland went through with poverty and problems like that, and turn that around to make more positive things happen for Ireland. Number 29, again, I'd love to see mixed race people supporting Ireland as much as possible, as I say, especially because it's one of the few countries in the world, if not the only one at the moment, who has an Irish leader, a mixed race leader as its president in this case. Of course, America did with Bama, but there's no other country I know of that has a mixed race leader. So hopefully that will encourage other people to treat mixed race people better. And also, as I said before about the neurodiversity, people with dyslexia, A.D.H.D, and seeing those strengths that I talked about before. And again, seeing people, seeing what strengths, people have, and overcoming their weaknesses, like people who are in wheelchairs or have physical disabilities, seeing what they can actually do, because so many people with physical disabilities still manage to find other areas where they're strong at. And sometimes if you've got weaker sense in one area, you can, as human beings, I think we can sort of compensate or even overcompensate in another area. Yeah, seeing people like, even though they're in a wheelchair or even if they have any sort of physical disability, they can still have strengths in other areas of the same. It would be great to see those strengths, and people with mental health problems, like, as they say, there's a method to the madness. So what creativity they have and that sort of thing. And number 30, again, hope to cover any points I might have forgotten and see if I can continue to support Ireland as much as possible in the future. And I'm out. Peace and love.